In example 8b, we are going to do the operation c squared. So remember, if you square something, that just means you're going to multiply it by itself. Okay, so this is really c times c. Okay, so remember, all the matrices that we're working with in this example are up here at the very top. Okay, so you can see c is right here. Okay, so we're going to go down here and write this down. Okay, so if we have c squared, and we're going to need some room for this one. We're going to write down the matrix C, so it's -1, 0, 2, 4, -3, 1, and then -2, 3, 5. Okay, we have to multiply it by itself. So this is what C times C is going to look like. Okay. All right, so first thing we need to check out to make sure that we can actually do this. Okay, so let's do that. All right, so I'm going to do it up here because I need some room down here to do this. All right, so both of these are 3 by 3, okay? And so the inner numbers match, so we can do the multiplication. The result will be another 3 by 3 matrix, okay? All right, so I'm going to map out my result. Okay, so I need something with 3 rows and 3 columns. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be a big one. And then we'll start doing the dot products. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. I'm going to do what I did in the last one. I'm just going to underline. All right, we're going to start with the first row, first column. Okay, so we're going to do the first row, first column. Okay, so my dot product is going to be -1 times -1 plus 0 times 4 plus 2 times -2. Okay. All right, moving on. We're do the first row, second column. Okay, so now we're doing the dot product of still the first row, but now the second column. Okay, so we will get -1 times 0 plus 0 times -3 plus 2 times 3. All right, finally in this row, we're going to do the first row, third column. So you're going to do the dot product of the first row and now the third column. Okay, so over here, okay, so we will get -1 times 2 plus 0 times 1 plus 2 times 5. Okay, done with the first row. Okay, moving on to the the second row, first column. Okay, so now we're doing the dot product of, let me erase these red lines. Okay, so now we're doing the second row, first column. Okay, so we're going to do 4 times -1 plus -3 times 4 plus 1 times -2. Okay, second row, second column. Okay, I am going to do the second row out of the first matrix and then the second column out of the second matrix. Okay, so we're going to have 4 times 0 plus -3 times -3 plus 1 times 3. All right, moving on to the second row, third column. Okay, let's do that. So we're going to have still the second row and now the third column out of the second matrix. Okay, so this will become 4 times 2 plus -3 times 1 plus 1 times 5. Okay, one more row to go. All right, so moving on to the third row, first column. Okay, let me erase my red lines. All right, so now we're going to do the third row, first column. Okay, so this is going to be -2 times -1 plus 3 times 4 plus 5 times -2. Okay, third row, second column. Okay, I'm doing the dot product of the third row in the first matrix, and now we need the second column from the other matrix. Okay, so this is going to be -2 times 0 plus 3 times negative 3 plus 5 times 3. Okay, last spot, that's in the third row, third column. So we need to do the dot product of the third row here, and third column here. Okay, so let's write it down. We're going to get negative 2 times 2 plus 3 times 1 plus 5 times 5. Okay, and now we need to simplify all this arithmetic. Okay, but that's how you form the product. Okay, so let's go ahead and clean it up. Okay, so starting in the first row, first column, negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1 plus 0 plus a negative 4. That's going to give us negative 3. Over here, this is going to be 0 plus 0 plus 6. Okay, first row, third column, we're going to get negative 2 plus 0 plus 10. That's going to be positive 8. All right, second row, first column, that's going to be negative 4 plus negative 12. That's negative 16 plus a negative 2 is going to be negative 18. Second row, second column, that's going to be 0 plus negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9 plus 3 is 12. Second row, third column is 8 plus a negative 3, that's positive 5, plus 5 is going to give us 10. Last row, bottom left, we've got positive 2 here, plus 12, that's 14, plus a negative 10 is going to be positive 4. All right, third row, second column, this is going to be 0 plus a negative 9, so negative 9 plus 15 is going to give us 6. And then the last element will be negative 4 plus 3, that's negative 1, plus 25 is 24. Okay, so if we did c squared, this is the matrix that results.